What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I came down here today to work on the Accord some. I want to start putting the turbo stuff in, but I can't really do that with this factory radiator because it's a full-size radiator, and using a log top mount manifold doesn't really work with this setup. So, you know, I could totally go with a more expensive manifold, but I'm obviously not going to do that. My first thing is to try this Civic half-core radiator. So I'm going to remove the battery tray, remove the old radiator, and maybe try to put it at a little slant here. I've seen a bunch of other people doing it before. Don't know if it's going to work, but that's where I'm at with it right now. As I'm editing this clip, I just wanted to mention that I did go to work today to put the turbo on and check for oil leaks, but I ran into issues with it hitting the radiator, as you will see, and it was also hitting the alternator. So I'm hoping that the Civic radiator is going to be a quick solution, and I'll properly mount that pretty soon. I'm actually not entirely sure what I'm going to do for the exhaust off the turbo. The alternator is actually in the way of doing a downpipe or anything like that, so I might end up doing a hood exit, even though I really don't like hood exits. Ends up being a pretty easy way, and it doesn't take that much material, so I'll probably end up doing that. Alright, let's see where I left off. I've been working a lot off of camera here just because I've ran into a couple issues and I didn't have time to get my phone out. We've got limited shop time because they're trying to kick me out the doors anyway. So last time I left off, I was going to try to put the turbo and the manifold on today until I realized that my full-size radiator was going to be too big. So I called my local junkyard, went up the road, came back within 15 minutes with a Civic radiator, which isn't in the greatest condition, but it doesn't leak, and it's keeping my car cool. I just have it rested in there right now, and I have just a coat hanger kind of holding it in place, which is surprising. It's actually kind of sturdy, but I wanted to put it up there temporarily just because I didn't know if it was going to cool the car or the hose sizes wasn't going to work. I wanted to make sure that I could put the old radiator back on here and drive it out of the shop if I needed to. But it looks like it's going to work, so I'm probably going to take off this mount down here and re-weld it underneath this cushion down at the bottom there and get it sitting properly. But it is cooling the car, and I went ahead and ran one side to the ground down here, just grounded it to the chassis. And then I kind of had a line into the car to my switch down here on the floor, which I'll do something about in the future. And then I ran the other side up to the positive. Fans up, which those work off of a switch now. So we are one step closer to getting the turbo on. I would have put it on today if I didn't run into the radiator issue and spend the majority of my morning here sorting out this radiator. But now it looks like I'm gonna have plenty of room with this manifold to kind of sit in this area here. I'm probably gonna end up taking the battery inside the car with me because obviously it's not gonna sit right here in this jumbled mess. Probably use the factory battery tray and just mount that like to the floor somewhere in here and just run the battery right there. I feel like that'd be pretty simple considering I have a gutted interior anyway. But we are one step closer to getting the turbo on.